Hi guys, hi to everyone. How are you? So I hope you can hear me and see me well. Let me know in the comments, by the way, about that. And so we're gonna start. So today it's the time for the live stream. I'm checking how it's also working. Wait a second. Okay, perfect. Hi, hello Lisa. Okay, it's a lot of you here. We are here. Hello guys, hi. Okay, so guys, let me know in the comments where are you from? Because I'm always asking you about this, just to know from where my subscribers from where do you watching this live stream right now? So I will text, hey, where are you from? Let's get to know each other a little bit more. That's how we can do this. So I'm waiting. Hi. So yeah, guys, as I'm waiting for your um, comments, today we're gonna test one of the most profitable scalping strategies of 2025. It's a real-time trading on 30 seconds candles using just one indicator. So it's not gonna be no overcomplicated setups, just clear entries and also fast decisions. Sometimes it's kind of hard to do, but we will check it out how the market will be today. So if you are looking for the simple and effective approach to fast-paced trading, this stream is definitely for you. So I also break down my logic for entries, show how I manage risk, and explain also common mistakes scalpers make. Whether you are a beginner or already experienced in trading, so this session will be your practical insight. So also, live chat is open. You can feel free to ask any questions while I trade on the screen in real time with you. You can also like open the platform and everything, but at the same time, there's a pretty big delays on the YouTube, so it's not really good to follow the trades right after me here. For example, when I do the test trading session in my main channel, I also do the live stream, but I send the signals in the chat, But today I'm just trading here. I'm not sending any signals, so this is just a useful live stream for everything that you can ask about and more. Hi Lisa, Ethiopia. Okay, watching from Canada. Okay, that's nice. Canada. Probably a bit cold there. How about the Chicago? Okay, USA, China. China. I was in China one time in Beijing. I would say it was pretty difficult because nothing was working there, not any app, because only after I remember that in China, you have your own social medias and everything, and if you want some other social medias to work, you need to turn on the VPN, and the Wi-Fi was not working, the mobile phone, even when someone was doing the hotspot to me, it was not working. I don't know how, and how I get out of there, because I needed to go from one airport to another. I was alone. That was kind of interesting, and I was going for 4 hours from one airport to another. I don't know how it happens, and I actually found out, like, I was thinking I'm just stopping in China and after I fly again from the same airport, but then I accidentally met some people that was going on the same flight with me, and they were saying, no, you need to go to another airport. I was like, what the hell? So it was a really interesting experience. I would say nobody speaks English, nobody there, mostly. But it's absolutely fine, because, for example, in my country is the same. Nobody speaks English. So if some foreigner is coming to Moscow or something, it's not possible for them to live there, I think, if you don't know the basics of Russian. So yeah, from India, in India, I was also there in New Delhi. Brian from the Netherlands. Netherlands, that's so nice. I wanted to go to Netherlands one time because one of my friends is living there in Amsterdam, and but she's told to me that this is kind of I mean, big city, and it's a lot of the activities there happening. But after some time, she was kind of not that impressed, I think, about the Amsterdam. But I still want to go there, definitely. Lisa sounds is very low. Kind of, I mean, big city. I'm listening to myself right now. It's a really, really good sound. I don't know. This is a firewall. You have a bad echo right now. Lisa sounds is very low. Echo, yeah, I can also hear that. But as you can see, guys, I'm in my little office for now. So I'm gonna create the office here for myself, and I still didn't manage to make all of the things here, so that's why it's a little bit of echo. But I hope it's not a big deal, guys, because it's still not that many furniture here. I'm gonna buy a couch for here. Also, it's gonna be the arts here. Maybe here and that wall. So I haven't decided yet. So that's why my studio is still like in the working process. So that's why I'm also thinking to do the walls, with some kind of the sound things, so it's not gonna create any echo. But because here's almost nothing, as you can see, also behind me or something, that's why it's echo a little bit. But I'm gonna fix it, so no worries. Because even if I'm using the microphone or something, it's still the echo a little bit. But I'm hoping it's not that bad. So please, guys. Um, No translate, but no little. Okay, perfect. A little louder. Hi, yeah, it's okay. Lisa, China is a cool place. Spent more than 10 years there. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Now, China is a cool place. I absolutely agree. I love Asia just in general. And I love Asian people as well, how kind they are, how they can help you in any situation. And I have a lot of the friends from there. So, yeah, I agree. But just need to be there for a reason, I think, in China, because I didn't have any reason, for example, to live there or something, because it's more for the work, for the studying, for example. I know some of the people that went there to study in the university, and that's pretty good level of the education there, I think. Also, to know Chinese is really great. It's opening a lot of the new ways for you, and opportunities as well. And I think actually, just in general, to learn the language, some new language, is already pretty good. So, Alisa, good morning. A little louder, please. Why everybody's saying about that today? Guys, the sound is absolutely perfect. To learn the language, some new language as well. The loudness is absolutely good. I'm a mentor. I'm from Poland. Okay, perfect. I'm Salman from Pakistan. Okay, great. I use a volume master for sound. Okay, so we gonna trade today with 30-second candles, but the trade shouldn't be 30 seconds. Definitely, we will use the trade for like 2-3 minutes or more. So, um, also we're gonna use one indicator, and it's definitely gonna be MACD, definitely, because it's giving us a lot of the information about the situation on the chart. So now we're gonna check out some things here, and we're gonna find the chart that looks pretty confident. So here's pretty good downward trend that already broke the previous support level, but I don't like this three last green candles on the histogram of MACD. That could be showing that could be the reversal here or something. So now we're gonna check it out some other currency pair. Now the market is a little bit still sleepy, as we can say, but it's okay. I think we're gonna find something. Here's a pretty good one. I mean, it could be a pretty good reversal. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But I'm still gonna check it out on the AIM2 time frame. Okay. S30. We're gonna change to 2 minutes, and we're gonna open here a trade down for 2 minutes. But as we can see, I have S30 candles here. That means that each candle lasts 30 seconds. After that, there is a new one that appears on the chart. For example, even if I change to AIM2, it looks absolutely different. You need to agree. It looks absolutely different. But as we can see, still what is going on. We were still able to see the trade there. Wait a second, I'm gonna check it out again, like this. Boom, here it is. Yeah, as you can see now, it's a little bit reversing, but let's see it on S30. Yeah, we can see that there's some corrective candle appeared on the chart, even though it kind of looks like it's achieved this resistance level and start to reverse in a downward direction. But now I can see some green candles appeared in the chart. Let's wait. Also open here trade down because I saw that the four last pin bars on the MACD is red color. Also the lines was a bit moving downward, but we're gonna see for now. It's changed a little bit here. So yeah. Hi Lisa, have a good day. It's noon here, so I spend my lunch with you. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. Yeah, your sound is clear as a day. Okay, perfect. So now we can see it started reversing and getting more closer to our entry point. As you can see, it's kind of tricky and really interesting to see it on the S30 time frame because the price is moving so fast. I mean, the M2 or M3, it's not moving that fast, definitely. And here it looks like it's a lot of the corrections, it's a lot of candles opening every time, but because it's too low time frame. So let's wait here. It's getting a bit closer. It's getting a bit closer. Okay, now we're in the plus. It's 8 seconds. It's fluctuating a little bit. Okay, it's 5 seconds for now. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we did this. We did it here, as you can see. We just needed to wait a little bit more. So here we're going to change to 3 minutes and we're going to open a trade down again because we're opening for the continuation of the downtrend. We can see that the last 7 pin bars already, the red color, they're getting closer to the zero level and almost crossing it. So this is a pretty good sell signal. Also, for example, we can do a rollover here. So as you can see, we got 3 more minutes to our trade. Now it's going to be 5.5 minutes. It's fine. And we can see also the 2 lines of MACD is almost crossing each other, start going in the downward direction. So it's pretty good also sell signal. So that's why we open here a trade, but I just decided to open a rollover. Why not? Especially that we opened a trade just for $20, so it's fine. To double it with rollovers, you can see now we're in the plus, but it's fluctuating there. So that's why I also decided to take 3 more minutes for the trade. So that's how it gives more time and for the price to reverse in the direction that we need. So hi Lisa, hi, okay, hi guys. So now I'm gonna check it out for the other currency pair. Here's a pretty good one. It could be the reversal here at any second at the previous currency pair, so we're just gonna leave it for later and we're gonna check it out something else. So let's see. As you can see, I'm just using one indicator only and it's more than enough because also what I do is analyze the support and resistance levels. Also, I take a look at the candlestick patterns. So in general, it's absolutely giving you all of the analyzing that you need to make the decision. Also, if for you it's like doesn't mean that you need to use only one indicator. I'm just showing it to you with one indicator to show that it's also could work. But for example, if for you it's really hard to find support and resistance levels, you can turn on the zigzag indicator on your price. Also, you see if I'm changing the depth, here is more lines appearing, for example. So that's how we can see the support and resistance levels for any time. So you need to imagine that as the mountains. So the start of the mountains is here, right? This is the support level and the end of the mountains is the resistance level. So for example, again, here is the support level, here is the resistance level. Again, and as you can see, support resistance levels is always changing. That's why, like, you know, when you asking, for example, why you cannot predict the future movement of the chart for 100%? Well, support and resistance levels is existing, right? You can just check it out by them and understand where the price is gonna jump from and everything. That's pretty easy. But the thing is that again, support resistance levels is always changing. You cannot and because of that, you cannot predict the future movement of the chart for 100% because you don't know exactly when it's gonna change. Because for example, before it was here, but after some moment, as you can see, because of this upward trend, it broke the previous resistance level and created the next resistance level is here. Okay, After it created a new support level here, as we can see, because it couldn't just go lower. And after, boom, our price again broke the previous resistance level, as you can see, from here to here. How about that? Then it was testing this level a few times, not exactly this level, but for like around it, at least 2 times definitely. But after, boom, it broke the resistance level again. And for example, the support level before was here. After, it was created here. After, it was created here. So this is the answer to the question why it's not possible to predict the future movement of the chart from 100%. Because of that. Because it's always changing, you cannot know it for sure, and it's absolutely normal. If the market would be predictable for 100%, everybody would just take the money every time and that's it. And that's not how it's working, of course. But indicators are always after the fact, therefore mostly not accurate. That is true. That is true. So the most you always go to the basic only. You use technical analysis. You can use fundamental analysis if you want, but at the same time, fundamental analysis is more about analyzing the news and based on the news, make the decisions. But we trade on the short term, so the fundamental analysis is not affecting too much on how we trade. Let's be honest, because for example, if we trade for with time of the expiration of 10, 15, 20 minutes, yeah, that makes sense to check it out the news and work with them. But if we're trading with 2-3 minutes per trade, it doesn't make sense. Of course, there is sometimes like a really big news that will even affect on the 2-3 minutes time of the expiration trade, but it's not happening really oftenly. So here we are mostly focusing on the technical analysis. Technical analysis is what? Is to analyze the market by how it looks visually, support, resistance levels, candlestick patterns, and more. The indicators is just helping you. You don't need to use the indicators actually if you know all of the basic of the technical analysis. You don't need to know that. At the same time, it's better to use it. Even me as the experienced trader, I'm still using it because for me it's just more easier to make the decision. Why not, because I see a lot of the traders in the YouTube and everything that's saying, the ones traders that using the indicators is just, it's not professionals or something. Why not? You, at the same time, you as a professional trader, you don't need to believe it. Absolutely. You don't need to follow all of the signals from the indicators just like this, You always need to remember that it can give you, for example, it's delayed, right? For example, as the moving average pretty oftenly, it's kind of delayed sometime. And for example, it's already the start of the reversal, but you still get a signal to open a trade up. But you, with your experience, with other knowledges about technical analysis, you understand, okay, this is definitely a reversal. I can see 4 red candles. I can see the upper wicks on the previous candles that achieved the resistance level. And now it's moving definitely in the downward direction. You're not going to open a trade in the upward direction, even the indicator said so. Definitely. So you just use them when you want. That's it. So what's the best way to trade on the reversals? Well, we can check it out some situation. I can show you about that. I'm not really the fan of, for example, when it was as it was here, when we're already in the middle of the trend, it hasn't achieved the previous support level yet, and we're opening a trade. That's how we already closing now the third trade in the plus. For me, it's more confident and consistent situations that will never, betray you. With the reversals, it's a little bit difficult. I mean, it's not difficult, but it's tricky, and you can just get in this kind of the situation. Do you need that? I don't think so. So, because in the reversals, the trend is still not confident. This is the problem. And when you are trying to, you're thinking, yeah, I see 3 red candles, for example, it's definitely a reversal or something. Or you see, for example, by the RSI, let me turn it on. By the RSI, you see that the price achieved the previous the overbought zone and you think, oh, it's definitely gonna reverse now in the opposite direction, but sometimes it's not happening. Sometimes the price is in the overbought or oversold zone for a really long time, for like 10-15 minutes or something, and it's still not reversing. So here is a bit tricky, because sometimes you need to understand, oh, I need to open a trade in the continuation of the trend, because yeah, it's achieved the previous, for example, resistance level as here, right? For example, it's achieved, but here we can see that still there is a big green candle appeared on the chart. It's much more bigger than the previous red candles. Works this way. There's a delay on YouTube. I'm saying it every live stream, I swear, every live stream. So yeah, I think we close the trade. Yeah, we close the trade, as you can see, minus 120 points. I was telling that in the start of the live stream, in the middle of the live stream, that we have a delay, guys. It's every time like this. That's why, for example, when I do the live streams in the main channel as the test trading session, I'm always sending you the signals in the chat, and I'm saying you to follow the signals in the chat, because on the YouTube it's a big delay. So yeah, I use the area sign level 90 and 10 to determine the price zones before. Okay, I was thinking you were choosing the period of area sign 90. The price zone before taking a short 2-minute reversal. Mm, maybe, could be, but um, for me, this is kind of riskful. This is riskful, really. I mean, you still can do this, of course. I'm not saying anything, but um, need to check it out how it's working for you, because sometimes it could be really tricky, actually. For example, now we open a trade in the continuation of the downward trend, because actually it broke the previous support level, as you can see, so it could be the continuation of the downward trend, especially that it was this kind of the correction, and after the downward trend was still continuing, as you can see. Do we still have a chance to open a rollover? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, we got 3 more minutes. Yeah, as you can see, it's the, you also need to check it out the previous moves of the chart of the price, so we can see that this is the pretty, you know, repeating pattern. For example, it was like 6 red candles, then 3 green candles, then 4 red candles, then 1 green candle, 2 red candles, 2 green candles, you see. So it could be either the same situation, like just corrective one, or it could be the start of the reversal. But now on the indicators, I see also here's the last pin versus green color, 2 lines of MACDs crossing each other, going up in the same direction, and by the area side start moving a little bit upward. But we also had it here when it was some kind of the upward move. As you can see now, it started reversing, so it's always like this, changing. So yeah, but we're just gonna wait here. We have still 3 minutes and 50 seconds. I think we will just go to another currency pair to find some other situation that I can show to you. Here, for example, not bad, pretty good downward trends, pretty short. We can also open a trade here, for example. We can see that it's not that strong and long trend here, because the resistance level is here and the support level is here, as you can see. But before, the trend was much more bigger here and here, as you can see, right? So we can see that before it was pretty good upward trend, pretty consistent without too many fluctuations. It achieved this and created a new resistance level, and now started reversing in a downward direction pretty confidently. The last 5 green pin bars in the MACD is red color. They're crossing the lines is crossing each other, and they're also crossing the histogram of MACD. This is pretty good. When we see that the lines of MACD is crossing the candles on the histogram, it could show us that the trend will be even stronger after the time. But the RSI, it's moving downward straight to the oversold zone. So on this chart and on this chart, everything is going good, as you can see. Yeah, here it was still the continuation of the downward trend, so it's good that we took 2 more minutes for trade. As you can see, rollover sometimes is really helpful. So yeah, it's going pretty well. So we're just gonna wait here. We just gonna wait. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, you're always welcome in the comments. You can text me about that and let me know. So here we have 25 seconds. So what a corrective candle here appeared on the chart. Hello. Okay, now start reversing. Let's check it out. Two of the trades in the plus, pretty good. Here is minus 73 points. As you can see in the lift time, you can see open time, closing time, opening price, current price difference. After you're gonna see the closing also price. So okay, it's 1 second. Yeah, we closed straight. Okay, perfect. So here is also everything is going pretty well. As you can see, it was a good decision that we opened a trade for 2 more minutes. And we did a rollover, but actually we would still even close it even without this. So time left is 1 minute and 15 seconds. Does you need to leave momentarily? Talk to you later? Okay, no worries. Of course, of course. Yeah, we're gonna have a trading session soon as well in the VIP Club channel. In the premium, we don't have it today because I have the live stream on this time. Usually on this time, I have a live stream. So let's just wait here a little bit. It's 30 seconds. So now it started reversing a little bit in the upward direction, but let's wait. So we didn't close it straight. Start reversing here. So let's check it out some other currency pair. So let's check it out some other currency pair. Opa. It again lagged a little bit. Okay, here's pretty good upward trend. So we're gonna open here a trade up for 1 minute. As you can see, it's pretty good upward trend. It's broke already the previous resistance level. So it's going pretty well. Let's check it out. So we wait. And I didn't saw it. Yeah, we close the straight and a plus. Okay, perfect. Plus 7 points. So guys, that's great. We're gonna also continue trading here today in the VIP Club channel. So if you're gonna be there, we're gonna be really happy to see you there. So thank you so much all. We just made a pretty good result for just a few trades, and I show you some scalping strategy with the S30 candles. So thank you so much. If you have any more questions, you're always welcome in my private messages. You can see the links in the description of the live stream. So I love you all.